Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Now we are going to cover the rest part of the PYQ 2025. This is CUET PG MA Education. This is the part 3 video. Let's start. Which of the following body has been renamed in the light of NEP 2020? Niti Ayoga, MHRD, UGC, NCERT. Which will be the correct answer? This is MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource and Development. Was renamed as the Ministry of Education under NFA 2020. So option 2 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Which of the following statement best describe the constructive way of teaching? Option 1, the transfer of knowledge from teacher to student. Option 2, a process of facilitating learning through guidance and interaction. Option 3, a one-way communication of knowledge by an expert. Option 4, a rigid instructional process for all learners. Which will be the correct answer among these 4 options? Constructivist way of thinking. The correct answer will be a process of facilitating learnings through guidance and interaction. It will be the option number 2. Constructivist teaching focuses on active learning where the teacher acts as a facilitator, not as a transmitter of knowledge. So option 2 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Which of the following scenario best illustrate the application of Piaget's concept of concrete operational stage in a classroom setting? Concrete operational stage, classroom setting. Okay. Option A 5-year-old child can correctly count and classify objects by their shape and size. Option 2, a 10-year-old child can understand that two liquids of different shapes can contain the same volume. Option 3, a 7-year-old child is able to engage in abstract thinking and solve hypothetical problems. Option 4, a 12-year-old child can use symbols to solve mathematical equation with ease. Which option will be the correct answer? Concrete operational stage, that is 7 to 11 year, involves logical thinking and conservation, but not abstract reasoning. Conservation, this is the concept of conservation which is involved in the operational stage, concrete operational stage, so that a 10-year-old child understands the same volume in different shapes. So option 2 listened as the sound, so it will be the correct answer. Okay, then move to the next question. Assertion and reasoning. According to Skinner's operant conditioning theory, reinforcement increases the likelihood of a behavior occurring while punishment decreases it. The reason is reinforcement can only be positive, meaning it always involves giving something desirable to the learners. Which option will be correct? As you know, reinforcement increase behavior, punishment decrease behavior. Reinforcement can be positive or negative, not only positive. That's why option 3 said A is the correct, but R is not correct. So the assertion will be the correct, its reason is not correct. That's why option 3 will be the correct answer. Okay, then move to the next question. Question number 35. A teacher wants to arrange a classroom setting according to students' gender. Which of the following scale of measurement will see use of classification? Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Scale of measurement. It's the question asks about the scale of measurements. Then which, as you know, nominal scale is used for categorical data like gender, religion, or blood groups. The question asks about gender. So option 1 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Put the following steps of Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives in the correct sequence from lower to higher cognitive complexity. It asks lower to higher cognitive complexity, which will be the correct sequence. The first will be knowledge. It is 1. Then the second will be option A, comprehension. Third will be application. Then synthesis will be the 4. Then sequence it: C A B D. Knowledge, comprehension, application, synthesis. C A B D. Option 4 is the sequencing of correct as the question asks. Then move option 4 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Question number 37. A teacher formulates the objective as students will be able to calculate area of trapezium using area of triangles and area of a rectangle. C is intended to achieve instructional objective at understanding level, application level, evaluating level, creating level. Which will be the correct answer? As the question asks, the student will be able to calculate area of a trapezium using area of a triangle and area of a rectangle using. So it will be the application level. Students are using learned formula to solve a problems which reflect the application level. That's why option 2 is listened as sound. So option 2 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Question number 38. Which of the following statements are correct about correlation? Option A. The possible range of value for the correlation is -1 to +1. Yes. Option B. +1.2 indicate a perfect positive correlation. Yes. Option C. -1.0 indicates the perfect negative correlation. Yes. D said correlation coefficient value 0.25 indicate the weakest degree of correlation. Choose A, B, C, D. Which of the following are correct? As you know, correlation range from -1 to +1. It is correct. +1 is the perfect correlation, positive correlation. Perfect positive correlation. -1 is the perfect negative correlation. But 0.25 is not the weakest. 0 is weakest. That's why D will be the correct. D will be the correct. So A, B, C. A, B, C. Option 2 will be the correct answer. Move to the next question. The approach that helps to investigate the behavior of a learner. A said introspection method, B observation method, C clinical method, D heuristic method. Choose among them which will be the correct. Approaches to study learners' behavior. It means observation. Yes, observation will be the correct. Then introspection, self-observation. Yes. Clinical method, it is case study. Yes, behavior. We can. Heuristic method, it is heuristic method is a teaching method, not a psychological approach. That's why AVC. Option 2 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Question number 40. There are two statements. Statement 1 said, during the simultaneous teaching, a pupil teacher has to perform the role of teacher, student, and observer. In micro teaching and simultaneous teaching are synonyms of each other. Which will be the correct answer? In simultaneous teaching, pupil teacher plays teacher, student, and observer roles. Micro teaching and simultaneous teaching are not synonymous, not same. That's why statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. So option 3 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Which of the following is not an element of simultaneous teaching? Diagnostic element, prescriptive element, evaluative element, mastery element. Which one? Elements include diagnostic, prescriptive, and evaluative components. Mastery element belongs to the mastery learning, not a simulated teaching. That's why mastery element is not an element of simulated teaching. Okay, option 4 will be the correct answer of this question according to the question. Then move to the next question. Which is the highest need as per the Maslow need of hierarchy? Maslow need of hierarchy is one of the motivational theory. He gives 5 needs as a hierarchy. Highest need, option 1 survival need, option 2 self actualization need, option 3 is need of by belongingness, option 4 self esteem need. Self actualization need is the highest level related to realizing one's full potential. So self actualization need is the highest need. Okay, it will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. Assertion and reason. Assertion. Immediate feedback is the essential component of microteaching. Reason. The role of feedback is important for the desired change in behavior. Which option will be correct answer? Both A and both are. That immediate feedback is essential because it helps in desired behavior change. Yes. So both A and both are correct, and R is the correct explanation. So option A will be the correct answer. Okay. Then move to the next question. According to Allen and Ryan, which of the following is not the fundamental principle of microteaching? It is a real teaching. It focuses on one teaching skill at a time. Immediate feedback, it is based on a real and error process. Which among is correct? And which among is not a fundamental principle of microteaching? Microteaching is a planned and a systematic, not based on trial and error. That's why D will be the incorrect, not the fundamental principle of microteaching. So according to the question, option 4 will be the correct answer. Then move to the next question. The traits which are dominant in individual's personal disposition and overrule other traits are named as surface trait, central traits, cardinal traits, secondary traits. Which among the following will be correct answer? As you know, cardinal traits are dominant traits that strongly influence a person's behavior. So option 3 will be the correct answer, that is cardinal trait. Cardinal traits. These surface central cardinal traits are proposed by Albert. It is one of the personality trait theory. So friends, this was the complete explanation of question 31 to 45. In the next video, we will continue with more MCQ. Till then, keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you.